His father called his sons. As a young boy, he told them the greatness of the legacy. They didn't know then that life meets death. Then the elder sister approached, telling of prophecies of the future. You will rise, but you will fall. Fall from lack of insight into what is real. The future holds the ancient answer. He kissed me sweetly on the forehead. It sent a sweet remembrance of when we first hooked up through my body. We were trying to rekindle our love gone sour. Neither of us wanted to give up. Despite our efforts, we grew further apart. We were so busy trying to emptiness we felt was the things that we pursued, consumed not even spiritual. See that most of our needs was invisible, are not our and viewed as somebody else's. And it seems like the only need, what was substantial, they need us to buy their was material things. Jamal felt guilty that he couldn't provide the things, and I had grown shallow and refused to realize that he was doing the best he could in a world where black folks are on the bottom. I thought of his great-grandfather that had many children before he defected to Jamaica, why he left, and how the Rasta Maroon showed him the secret knowledge of our ancestors. The grandfather who had a great child man that became an inspiration to the peoples. He transcended the stereotypes. His most notable son was Mighty Ross. He made his money as an artist, but before great-grandfather died, he imparted the secret knowledge to his first son. After many years of deep study and fights and battles, he transformed into spiritual essence, traveled to the ancient future, then returned to the now and taught gangs the wrongness of killing your own people. His was an impenetrable glare, but necessary, for his eyes led to the house of his soul. This is where the power of love potential is transmuted, and late one night, he grew of it. Was nurtured by it, and born again. Blue, black, with inner African love, power. He was now at peace. Mighty Ras only had one son, and his name was Jamal. My Jamal. In spite of the adversities, the unemployment, he tried to keep his dreams alive when he lost his job and the money was too low. I saw his dreams shriveling up like a raisin in the sun. We still wanted the things that constituted a good life, and our children came first. So we organized the Show Nothing Your Face West African dance troupe. Indigo was the lead dancer. Ozza had leaps, and Omar astounded even the master drummers. Oh, his licks were tight and reflected the great legacies of the Guinea drummers. They all surmounted the elements. Indigo was earth, Ozza was water, Omar the air, and winter was the fire. So Jamal started taking his dreaming seriously. He celebrated his culture, then journeyed through his dreams to a place he made often visits to. He practiced dream time and travel. He could journey into the ancient past, only without the physical body. He traveled in his spirit body and would remain conscious, able to control his dreams. When he told me this, I was at first in disbelief until he told me how he saw in a dream how Sister Free got free from someone else's standard of beauty. And in her reflection, she saw the true goddess that she was. secret that I've never shared with him, huh? Mm. So, I ventured out on my own, consulted some soothsayers, and started gaining some control in my dreams too. I didn't find it was hard at first, but soon I was able to fly and travel to better places. One night I journeyed to a spot with daffodil palms. I saw old men laughing at the young brother jogging, trying to impress the females. I started listening to music when I slept. The jazz is my favorite. And I dreamt I was a big butt woman belting out scat riffs, standing on the Onion stage with the Nehru Slim on sax. Dreams became a door to explore. In the waking world, things were not getting better, and our relationship was still on the skids. Yeah, you know, when it's time to grow, you can't stop it. And believe it or not, bad things are the test that the Most High puts in front of us to measure our faith. Bad things are like the pressure that turned coal to diamonds. Jamal and me were alchemists trying desperately to transmute the ugly into beauty. We had become engaged in this spiritual growth. Our individual dream pursuits slowly evolved until one night I was somewhere in Africa flying, exploring the continent, the folk, the animal life, and the dense forest, and I came across a fishing village deep in Central Africa. Suddenly, someone was flying toward me. It was like I had known this moment before. Our algorithms met, and we were soon intertwined. We immediately embraced. But somewhere back in the deep recesses of our minds, we knew we had known each other over many lifetimes. We made love in the sky as we marveled at villagers marveling at us. We witnessed Father Spirit meeting Mother Earth. It was immaculate. As dawn approached, we arrived at the end of our soul journey. Our dreams were filled with love, beauty, and sacred totems. And as my ability to control my dreams progressed, I began to see the relationship of all things. It made me console the gods and give it up to the elements. I found out that the gods and the elements were the same. I found out that we were just ants on an ant farm, thinking that this was the whole damn world. I pulled him close to me and whispered softly in his ear, "Baby, I just had the most beautiful dream." And he said, "Yeah, so did I." Our miraculous discovery was that we had had the same dream. We were really together. It blew my mind. And that night I slept a deep sleep. Kwanzaa was back and continued to grow in popularity. The djembe became a porthole which allowed the black butterflies to return to the land, each with a different African principle, and the Nguzo Saba was fortified. Much needed were they. You see, black butterflies secretly imbue the artistic ones with spiritual essence and love power. A chunky black butterfly lights on a petal and says to a young poet, "Go ahead on and write them sweet words down, King." A blue-black butterfly whispered in Sister Free's ear, "Your beauty is radiant, girl." That sister was feeling it, and a trumpeter heralded her affirmation. Mountain woman received magenta emanations from butterscotch. "You got that Queen Sister Bro going on." They were working magic on every ghetto in America. The whole community all over the country, folks were lighting their Kwanzaa candles and doing their version of the celebration. The Ujamas played footsies with their baby boys, climbed over them. Aloe Vera Woman lost the blues and took up evidence of things unseen and changed her name to Imani. Jamal read the 7 principles to Rotimi. One brother shaved his head for Kujichakulia, self-determination. This dream was too real. Damn, I was getting used to the idea of black butterflies. We awoke to the famous DJ again. He was hollering. Present faded into the background. I forgot that we went to bed mad at each other. We have been able to team up in our dreams, but our waking world, we stopped loving each other. The most trivial things pose the biggest danger of destroying our union. Our lives still echo the sorrow of no money, not being able to pay our bills, educate our kids, give each other what we needed. So Jamal went to this place of solitude and had a conversation with himself. He was so sad. After I took the kids to school, I fixed me some tea, sat in my favorite chair. All of a sudden, something told me to look out the window. I saw one. A black butterfly. And I was awake this time. It wasn't a dream. They truly existed. And she said to me, "You're going to find what you're looking for, girl." So I went to my first bembe and I saw S.E.U.M get her elecades. The Bata drummers were calling down the gods. I liked it. I got caught up in the festivities and went into a trance. Call it possession. It was like the gates opened up. My answering machine message said, "I can't talk right now because I'm chilling on the moon." Back on Earth, I could see Jamal was reading to our daughter. He stressed education. Ayana giggled and Fanta thought that was deep. As we gained control of our dreams, we started having more rendezvous, actually calling them out before we went to dreamland. "Meet me on the bluff," he'd say. And we'd be outside chilling. After a while, it seemed that if we thought of something long and hard enough, it came true. The night before, we went to the African marketplace for the Show Enough in Your Face West African Dance Troupe's first performance. We envisioned the whole thing. They did so good. They did so good that Queen, Sister, and Zinga jumped out and threw down a nice solo. And Big Sexy Alake came out playing a shakere. She inspired Almira to accentuate her big-boned beauty. I gave Almira a hug, and all kind of folks was inquiring about how they could sign up their kids to take classes in West African dance. What I thought came true. I knew what Charlotta wanted, and she had begun to manifest true chi energy in her healing hands. With this new power, it became more important than ever to think positive thoughts. That morning, we awoke from the dream state. We became the bearers of our own invocation. To me, when we went about our ordinary world activities, we motivated change. We saw prosperity come to not only us, but as we hope to all the brothers and sisters. After months of struggle, our lives were changed overnight. We awoke to a new day. The being awake while sleep factor became most of us aren't fully conscious in our waking world. Our lucidity began to transmute into our everyday lives. Things began to get better for black folks. Yes, Jamal and I had something to do with this, and we could even conjure up a Mercedes or what we articulated, BMW, or the dream. Our dream world journeys, and came back with some justice, and we righted some wrongs. I learned that we catch up if our commitments are sincere. Our relationship got better. We were in love again, but only this time we could communicate without words, and that was just straight mind-blowing. We now both understand that life meets death, and that a full life with ups and downs is better than being afraid of participating in life or fear of failure.